liturgy is the work of the people. She would say that repeatedly. It's work, apply yourself, apply yourself, apply yourself. And so I began to understand my participation in worship, my interactivity in worship in a much more powerful way than I ever had.
You would never call it a bulletin. It was an order of worship. Each part of worship served a particular function. Melva was a liturgical animal. I'm a liturgical animal. I completely understand that passion. Why we do what we do, in what order, how that contributes to the worship of the whole people, what it's for.
And she would start class off with, where is God and what you're doing? She would tell us over and over again, worship is our response to God. The how you respond to God is up to you. There are elements already in place: offering, prayer response, the message, praise, silence, and how you spend your time, treasure, talent, take care of your temple, and also obedience. Those are acts of worship. You have to prepare for every one of those. And she really did not care if you could not sing. She was more concerned about where is your mind, where is your heart, and your why.
She was incredibly nurturing, very astute, very in tune with the needs of her students, but particularly the Presbyterian students, because we were a smaller population in a seminary environment where enrollment was like 400. And she was astute in that she was able to identify strengths and weaknesses and areas for improvement among each individual in her class. She wrote African American Christian worship against some pretty stiff odds, because she was writing about something that other theologians had not written about, which is the nature and grounding of traditional Black church worship. Same with In Spirit and in Truth, second book. They were written because of an intellectual fervor that she had and a commitment to telling stories that were not told.
It fell my lot as the head of the program agency to appoint the chairperson of the committee. So when Melva heard what I was proposing, she immediately said, yes, I'll do it. And that's how she became chair of this committee, and which made a major impact on the Presbyterian Church. In that it's the first hymn book of the Presbyterian churches that paid any attention to African American music. And you'll find in this hymn book, the first one, you'll find significant number of African American spirituals. For me, that symbolizes Melva's impact on the work of that committee. For a long time, African churches sang hymns that were not theirs. They went from some of them from Europe through North America to Africa. And Melva was interested in seeing African music developed and used in the churches.
Our repertoire of songs from the African American spiritual tradition increased dramatically in the 1990 hymnal. There were a handful of things in previous hymnals, Were You There, Let Us Break Bread Together, but Melva Costen helped to introduce a lot of new materials and also helped to give us the arrangements that we still sing today.
She has bequeathed to us this gift of song, and song not just from the Scots Presbyterian tradition, but songs from the Church Universal, inclusive of the African American song tradition.
She moved around the bounds of the church the way she did to ensure that we were all uplifted, and to help white Presbyterians understand that Black Presbyterians know all about the way white people worship. White people don't know, don't appreciate, and sometimes relegate the way other cultures, the way Black people worship or the way others worship, and that's to their detriment.
Because of her work, this music is just included, and I don't have to fight so hard to get white people to think, oh yeah, we should sing this. I mean, it wouldn't be Christmas at our church without Go Tell It on the Mountain, and it wouldn't be Holy Week without Were You There? So, yeah, it's important that we sing, especially Negro spirituals, in our congregational song.
To whom much is given, much is required. We were taught that it was my responsibility to be able to be grateful for what I had growing up, and it was also my responsibility to be able to use it for God's glory and to the benefit of others.
But life lessons from Mother were just making sure that we were doing the right thing. And then we were able to explain our positions to anyone that would ask. Those are the lessons that we have. And needless to say, she believed in it took a village.
She was able to reach a lot of students that have now gone out into the community and into the world, and with that knowledge that she imparted. So I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her.